проєкту в Українському кризовому медіа-центрі.
We give the floor now to Colonel Motuzyanyk, who is the spokesperson for the ATO or counterterrorist organization headquarters. Dear colleagues, good afternoon. Let me offer you the information about the events in the area of counterterrorist operation for the last 24 hours. Within the last 24 hours, the situation remained complex, but it was entirely under control of the armed forces of Ukraine. In Lugansk area, there were 9 bombardments by the pro-Russian militias with the use of the 120mm mortars, the positions of Ukrainian armed forces at Troitsky. Using the infantry fighting vehicles, machine guns and other large caliber machine guns and grenade launchers. The bombardments were also done at Katerinivka, Krymske, Oleksandrivka, Popasna, Lubacheva and Luganske. Let me point out that Ukrainian armed forces used in response the arms that are not prohibited by the Minsk agreement. In addition, according to the information of the headquarters in Lugansk area, the Ukrainian armed forces improved their positions and tactical situation, which was done in response to the bombardments of provocational bombardments by the Russian militia. I would like to emphasize that the Ukrainian armed forces are entitled by the Minsk agreements to changing their location, their dislocation, with the purpose of improving their positions, but within the territories designated by the peace agreements. In the Donetsk area, the militias used the 120mm mortars near Pavlovka and at Avdiivka and Kamyanka areas. Each time Ukrainian military shot in reply. There were in total 12 bombardments over the positions of the Ukrainian armed forces, and 9 times Ukrainian military opened fire in response, using the arms that were not prohibited by the Minsk agreement. 2 Ukrainian military personnel were wounded near Kamyanka and Katerinivka. In the area of Taramchuk, there was an explosion of an improvised explosive device of unknown type, and 3 servicemen, Ukrainian servicemen, were injured. They were all brought to the hospitals where they are treated, they're receiving medical treatment. According to the main department of Intelligence Department of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, according to their information, the complication of the social and political situation inside the Lugansk People's Republic was used in order to escalate the hostilities against the Ukrainian military. According to the Ukrainian information, the commander of the 2nd Army Corps, what the militias refer to as the 2nd Army Corps, gave the order to prepare some cannons, some artillery, in order to shoot at the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine, imitating the shellings and the bombardments by the Ukrainian armed forces. At the same time, the situation for the local population deteriorates in the areas of Lugansk Oblast. For example, there is no cash in the ATMs, and the banks reply to the queries of the local population that there will be no cash until the end of the year. There were also there was also a visit made by the Joint Center for Civilian Military Cooperation of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in Severodonetsk, where they held a meeting with the school pupils under the slogan, "I'm Ukrainian and proud of it." The Ukrainian military discussed with the children the significance of Ukrainian national language and tolerance, the issues of tolerance to other nations. Also, a similar meeting was held at Svitlodarsk, where some aid was transferred to the local civilian population from the citizens or residents of Vinnytsia Oblast. Patriots Sergei Buravel and Viktor Malinovsky sent to the Ukrainian defenders plastic canisters and some